Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The dua. The dua, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ad-dua huwa al-ibadah." The dua is the worship, and that means that highlights the importance of the dua in our religion. In fact, the prayer itself in Arabic, as-salah, means dua also, the same meaning, because dua is very important, and even the salah itself mostly is a dua. So, once we want to do the dua, what is the procedures that we have to follow to get the reasons or to get the causes that makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to fulfill or respond to our supplications? The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he heard someone who's doing a dua, he said, "Ista'jala hada." He's hasting while he's doing dua. Why he said like that? He was in a hurry while he's doing dua, because he was asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what he wants directly, like this. Oh Allah, I want this. Oh Allah, I want that. And this is not we can say, the adab of the dua, the morals of the dua. Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, he said, أني لا أحمل هم الإجابة ولكني أحمل هم الدعاء. I'm not concerned so much about the dua itself, but about the response of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm more caring for the dua itself, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He promised to respond to our dua. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ask me, supplicate, make dua for me, and I will respond. That means that it's a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُخْلِفُ الْمِيعَادَ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not break His promises. Okay, so Umar ibn Khattab, why he said that? Because he knows the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he said, and what did he mean, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is some things that we have to do before in between the hands of asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the things that we want. First, and this is normal, we do it even in our life, daily life. If you want to ask someone, and the exalted bihi, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. First, you don't go to a person who's a man, okay, like you. You don't go directly to him and say, "Give me this, give me that." Okay, you will maybe praise him or do something for him, and you put a preface before that. Then afterwards, you ask what you want. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is exalted. We need to put something, a preface in between the hands of our dua. So what do we have to say? First thing, as a scholar said, first thing, you mention Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the beautiful, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His beautiful names and attributes. You mention this one. He's Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, Al-Hakim, Al-Khabir, Al-Alim, the most hearer, the most knower, the greatest, the Al-Muqeed, the provider, okay? Ask Him with these names. But here a good tip that we want to follow. What is that? You don't ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because, oh, the provider, oh Allah, the most merciful, oh Allah, the most gracious, oh Allah, like this. No, let that meaning of, or the attribute of the attributes or names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala touches your heart. When you want to ask Him for providing, for giving you money, for example, okay, you will ask Him the same name or the attribute that relates to your dua. You don't say, "Oh, the most greatest, mercy me," okay, or the revenger, or something like that, mercy me, or because we have to make or to call Him exalted be He with His names and attributes that is related to what we are asking. So we ask the provider to earn the money, for example, okay. So if you want to ask Him for increasing your income, for example, you will ask Him with His name, the provider. But when you ask Him with His name, the provider, you mention what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided you already. It will touch your heart. It will touch your heart, you know. You ask me, "Oh Allah, you have provided me with kids, you have provided me with food, good accommodation, you have provided me with nice job, and some that I like, a nice car." Like this, you remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grace upon you, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grace upon you, the bounties that He bestowed on you, then that name, Al-Razzaq, the provider, will touch your heart. You will feel more involved in your dua. You will feel that your heart is with you, that you will feel not away from you, that you will feel the real grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will be the most beautiful feeling that you have when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after that. This is the first point number one. When you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you call Him with His names, beautiful names and attributes first. Then you show your humbleness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you need Him, and He's your God, He's your deity, He's the one who you follow, and He's the one you worship. Show Him that you are a poor person, you need Him, you are a weak slave for Him. So show your poverty, show your humbleness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make as-salatu salam ala Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Do this prayers on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The fourth thing, when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you thank Him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the bounties He bestowed on you. You thank Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase the bounties that He has given to you. So once you get the bounty from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is not uncountable bounties, you do thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then afterwards you can make the dua. Number 5 also, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness from your sins that you know and you don't know. And there is some narrated supplications for forgiveness and for everything, even for thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from authentic hadith. You do all these 5 things, then afterwards you go ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what you want. In fact, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and forgiveness, I want to talk about these two topics in some details. Okay, thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not by saying Alhamdulillah. It's not by saying Al-Shukrullah. Thank you, oh, thank you Allah. Oh Allah, I'm grateful for what you have bestowed on me. No, it's not only that. This is by tongue, but we have to do this with our hearts, minds, limbs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can we do this one? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example, gave you these hands, don't use it only in the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes. And this is the shukr of Allah, of the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this bounty. How can I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the bounty of the hand, for example? I say Alhamdulillah, oh Allah, you gave me 2 hands. Some people they don't have. Some people they have defects in their creation. Oh Alhamdulillah. And also you use these bounties in what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a thing, thanking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's more important than saying Alhamdulillah, because Alhamdulillah, how many times you can say it every day? While you are using your hand daily basis, every minute you are using your hand, this is a shukr for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a thanks or being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second thing also, when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, first you have to put a barrier between you and the sins. Okay, don't do the sins, because the sins is a barrier from between us and our dua to be fulfilled. Okay, so we have to prevent ourselves from doing the sins. And after, if we do it, and every one of us he do sins, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness, then we do the supplication that we need. And as I told you, follow this procedure, then afterwards ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because some people they are saying, why my supplication is not fulfilled, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not fulfilling or responding to my dua. There's so many points, it's not in this video, maybe inshallah we'll talk about in the next video if you like. But here I just wanted to highlight these points, which is very important for dua, and which is reasons are very important reasons to to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to respond to our dua. Thank you very much for listening. If you like this video, please share it, like, subscribe, and share it with your friends and the people you know in Facebook, Twitter, and even in WhatsApp. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ad-dallu ala al-khayri kafa'ilih." Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.